Welcome, Virgo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Aries reading. The full moon is occurring on the 29th in the very early hours on the west coast of the U.S., which means it's probably occurring on the 28th in most of the Western Hemisphere. I think that's right. My astronomy is kind of shaky. I have laid out the axis of the horoscope wheel. I'll clarify within the Night Goddess, Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, and finish up with a couple of oracle cards. I will be creating an extended reading from this, and I will create the link and put it in the description box below for those of you that are interested. If you enjoy this reading, if you find it useful, please please share this video with others you think might be interested, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. You know that I appreciate all that you do, particularly your beautiful comments. I thank you so much for letting me know how this affects you, if it has meaning for you. Appreciations are everything. So let's get started, Virgo, with your overall energy. The Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about your confidence, your courage, and your passion. This can be emerging out of a time when you are really looking at the way that you are balancing your relationships, the way that you are sharing resources with others. So this is coming as a kind of courage that you gain from looking deeply and critically at the way that you make agreements with other people, the way that you deeply connect as a result of a better understanding of your own needs and desires. The 10th house, where your social identity is positioned. This is the way others see you. The Four of Cups is indicating that you are considering an offer. Perhaps you're considering a manifestation that is emerging from a past intention. This card gives me a sense that you have developed and created a practice where you are making choices that align more closely with things that feel good to you, things that support you, things that uplift and encourage you, things, again, that feel good to you. And this is a shift away from the way that you've done things in the past. But in the past, you may have set up an intention of asking for something that you believed someone else needed to give to you, had to give you in order for you to have it. And despite the maybe inappropriateness of the offer or manifestation, your disappointment, your boredom with the way things are going, your hunger for change, your restlessness, you are now also recognizing the difference in where you were in the past and where you are now. Now you are in a place where you understand, you receive the things that you intend for yourself, that you expect for yourself, that you pursue. You give yourself the permission for that based on your sense of worthiness and deservedness. And that may be part of the way this new emotional foundation is feeling unfamiliar, is feeling a little out of sort for you. And so as you really evaluate this offering or this manifestation, some call it a wish fulfillment, you're really recognizing your growth. And that's part of the internal work that is allowing you to recognize that if you don't like what's on offer, you can manifest something different. The first house, the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about you building something new, building something that really focuses on a way of working in which you come together with experts in areas that are complementary to yours. Excuse me. In order to build something of beauty, excellence, and value. This is perhaps refashioning something that you've customarily put an effort towards in a way that elevates its quality and elevates its value to others. This is about knowing your value, because that is part of the preparation for finding collaborators, finding the appropriate project, and the confidence to know that you are up to the task of not only following, but of leading, and in a container, a collaboration that allows everyone to contribute at their level, so that no individual holds the solution, but it is created actively as part of a process. In the fourth house, the Queen of Pentacles. This is your history, your family, your domestic environment. This is representing the second queen in your reading, an internalization of your resourcefulness. And this is about another indication of your elevation of your standards of participation in relationships, in efforts, and your unique ability to create abundance by coming up with new ideas, an unending flow of ideas, so that you understand that you are deserving not only of what you pursue, but that you have an abundant of ways to access that abundance. Abundant ways to access abundance, okay. But you're constantly generating abundance by generating new ways, by fitting yourself into and around the opportunities that you have available on a mundane basis. The seventh house, your house of significant others, the Two of Cups. This has been swirling around you, this deep sense of connectedness, this deep sense of personal connectedness and self-knowledge that you are gaining through your experiences. You're coming out on a very joyful, pleasurable, intentional side of your relationships, where your relationships may have felt inherited or limited in the past. You may have felt an imbalance in what others expected of you and what you felt necessary to comply with in your relationships, at your work, wherever the environment. And now you are to a place of such balance within you that you are able to agree more explicitly with the terms of your relationships, to be clear about what it is you want to do together and separately as a team. This is about deep connection with yourself and the joy and gratitude you feel for being able to connect deeply with others, including things, groups of people, your goals, your audiences. I'm going to clarify the Three of Pentacles in the first house with the Eight of Pentacles in the second house and the Death card in the third house. You're diligently working towards improving upon not only your skills, but your personal characteristics. You're improving, you're diligent, you're hardworking. You are continuing to be the change within that you want to see in the world. This is your ability to maximize your chances of success by knowing that you're doing everything within your power to meet the opportunities fully loaded. There is a rebirth occurring for you in terms of your ability to not only process information, but to connect intimately and communicate that connection. You are looking at your ability to express yourself intimately from a very different place from what you've done in the past. You're now looking at your partners, your intimates, your siblings, those immediate neighbors in a way that acknowledges their sovereignty and yours as not an obstacle to deep connectedness, but the ability to agree on goals that can change. As you both grow, as you work towards things, you can change and reshift your priorities and your goals appropriately. So I'm seeing a rebirth in your communication also as a shift in the way that you express yourself. This can be the beginning or the release of one kind of communication, perhaps one kind of professional expression, into another one. This may be you as a teacher relinquishing one form of education to another, so that where you may have stood in front of a classroom, now you are writing textbooks, as an example. The Queen of Pentacles in the 4th house is clarified by the Justice card in the 5th house and the Ace of Swords in the 6th house. This is reinforcing this new idea, this revelation, this enlightenment that you're gaining about the way that you work most productively with others. There is some kind of balancing out of your creative expression, some way in which you may have diverted your expression away from something that felt more authentic to something that felt more useful and appropriate. As a result of that, you are now in a position to reshift your expression closer to something that allows you to express yourself authentically. There may be a sense that your children or your students, as examples, are able to rebalance their expression as a result of what the investment you've made into them. So the way that you have taught a class, sticking with the teaching metaphor, or the way that you have delivered services, perhaps as a service provider, you are now seeing the wisdom of your investment in others. The training that you've supplied for others come back to you through collaborations with former students, with partners, with peers in new ways. But this is part of this rebirth, this sense of justice, this opportunity to work on a larger scale to rebalance a sense of injustice. Perhaps this is professional. Perhaps this is addressing larger social concerns that you have always worked towards rebalancing, but you now have a new opportunity, a larger voice, a more visibility towards this growth, this enlightenment, this expansion, this unveiling of a truth. The 2 of Cups in the 7th house is clarified by the sun in the 8th house, and meditation, which is the Hanged Man in the 9th house. There is so much gratification that is coming through this unveiling, this peeling away of layers around your authenticity, your ability to connect deeply and to find partners and collaborators with which to do that. This is fulfilling you in an unexpected way, in a way that is perhaps disrupting the trajectory of your professional advancement. However, it is built on precisely that. You have been building the steps to this. You have been perfecting and realigning your values in a way that nominates you, that prepares you for this opportunity to find joy, pleasure, happiness, achievement in your ability to work with others. You're prompted to step back from all that is occurring for you. And this is an absolutely beautiful and destined unfoldment. But the ability to sacrifice some present benefit from the longer term meditation and consideration that you're able to give to processing what you're releasing and what is coming before you, this rebirth. You are understanding that your perspective must be elevated even higher in order to take advantage of the opportunities that you have. I'm sensing that your work is multiplying in many ways, or finding multiple consequences that are that include you, that encourage you, that support you, and allow you the benefit to see your seeds flower in the efforts of others. This Four of Cups in the 10th house is clarified by the Moon card in the 11th and the Eight of Swords in the 9th house. You're opening up through your bravery, through your confidence, through the courage of having persevered and to stay on the path of personal development, taking personal responsibility for your behaviors, your actions, your words, to new levels of support and assistance that you previously would not have, could not perhaps have acknowledged, barely were aware of. However, it is those levels of perhaps ancestral lineage, cultural heritage, unconscious, certainly collective unconscious energies that you're able to tap in and recognize that you have support from. This can come through prayer, meditation, journaling, or your dreams. Tracking your dreams is a wonderful place to employ various levels of consciousness and receive information about your next steps. To receive, in many cases, the acknowledgement, certainly from your ancestors, that you're on the path, that they are proud of you, that you have accomplished something. Maybe you've overturned some generational trauma relevant to your family, or even some aspect of your culture. All of this information can be absolutely overwhelming to you. There is so much that you have gained around the way that you have strategized this, the level of strategies that you are still and yet to employ. However, this is a tremendous drain on your physical energies and your desire ultimately to surrender the old way. None of this will flower unless you let go of the old way of doing things, the past, the way you used to understand your commitments in your intimate relationships, the desire to communicate from your whole self. You must surrender the old way of seeing the world, of understanding, of believing your limitations in an environment where anything is possible. I'm hoping that this is resonating for you, Virgo. I'm going to pull an oracle card and ask you, remind you again that you can share this video, and subscribe to my channel. I've pulled the Jade card. Be the bigger person. I'm going to put that over here with the Two of Cups, because I think this deep knowledge and connection with others' new goals is relevant here. I'm also going to pull a soul's journey and remind you that I am creating an extended reading, and I will put the link in the description box below. And I pulled health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. Thank you so much for this beautiful reading, Virgo. Until next time, namaste.